Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another daily devotion. This devotion is for July 15th of 2022, and we are working our way through Matthew's Gospel. We're in the 22nd chapter. Today we're going to look at verses 23 to 33. Jesus is in the final week of his life. This is Passion Week. He has been in all kinds of situations. It's been a busy time for him, with people recognizing him as the son of David and all of that, healing folks, turning over the tables of the money lenders, the money changers rather, and also him being confronted by the authorities and him coming back at the authorities. So he's kind of got this give and take thing going on with the authorities during this period of time. And today what we're talking about is the Sadducees coming to him, and they're confronting him, trying to trick him or trying to trap him, to get him into a position where he looks like a fool, so to say. So let's take a look at this. And remember, the Sadducees, they are predominantly the priestly caste. They are the priestly caste. They have the majority of the seats, it's believed, on the Sanhedrin. And they are also different in their beliefs than the other sects of Judaism at the time. They only looked at the first 5 books of the Torah, the Pentateuch, the books of Moses. They did not deal with any of the Psalms, the Proverbs, the prophets, the wisdom teachings, those types of things. They're just in the first 5 books, those that are attributed to Moses. And that shows up. Jesus accuses them of that, of why they don't understand. So they don't believe in the resurrection. They don't believe in angels. They have some other beliefs that are different than the Pharisees and the other sects. They are probably more like the Samaritans in some regards, even though they do very much despise and dislike, and there's a true hatred for the Samaritans. That's ironic. But let's take a listen to verses 23 to 33 in the 22nd chapter of Matthew, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. The same day, some Sadducees came to him, saying, "There is no resurrection." And they asked him a question. "Teacher, Moses said if a man dies childless, his brother shall marry the widow and raise up children for his brother. Now there were 7 brothers among us. The first married and died childless, leaving the widow to his brother. The second did the same. So also the third, down to the 7th. Last of all, the woman herself died. In the resurrection, then, whose wife of the 7 will she be? For all of them had married her." Jesus answered them, "You are wrong, because you know neither the Scriptures nor the power of God. For in the resurrection people neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are like angels of God in heaven. And as for the resurrection of the dead, have you not read what was said to you by God? I am the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. He is God not of the dead, but of the living." And when the crowds heard it, they were astounded at his teaching. Okay, now what he's doing there, when he's talking about God saying, "I am the God of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob," that's from the Exodus. So he's using scripture that they utilize. But in verse 29, when he says, "You are wrong because you know neither the Scriptures nor the power of God," that's pointing out to them that the reason you don't understand is because you rejected some of these teachings, some of these books. And if you were ascribing to these books, you would know better. You wouldn't have this issue, so to say. And my camera keeps going from light to dark. Not sure what's going on. Hopefully that's not doing it on your end. But what he's pointing out there is about that they're worried about sex, okay? Because it's all of them had her, is how it's worded in Scripture, and so they're fixated on earthly things. There's a sexual relation between the men and this woman. And Jesus is saying that's not what the resurrection's about. It's not about that physicality. Now, we don't really understand exactly what the resurrected body is like. Paul tells us that it's different it's like comparing a plant to the seed from which it comes. So we know that the resurrected body is not the same. And we know that Jesus' resurrected body, if we are to take it that we have a similar scenario in store for us. He may have a physicality to him, but yet he walks right through walls and doors. And so it's not the same as the physical body. So there's a difference there. So what Jesus is telling us is that the resurrection is not about earthly relations. It's about a spiritual relationship. It's deeper. It's more meaningful. And I think that's a good way to look at it. Do we really understand everything about the resurrected body? No, I don't believe we do. I think if someone tells you that they do, they're probably stretching. It's kind of like if someone comes to you and tells you they know all about quantum physics. Well, if anyone tells you they understand quantum physics in and out and completely, that person doesn't know what they're talking about, because no one completely understands quantum physics. So same thing with the resurrected body. I don't believe any of us has a really complete grasp on exactly what it's all about. It's different. It's wonderful, but it's different. We don't quite understand. We do know from this that it's not about physical relations. It's about us, more about spiritual relations. And I think that's a safe thing to say. But it is here, what we have here, rather than looking at this in disappointment, we can look at this with great hope and with great affirmation that there is a resurrection, that there is that life to come, there is life eternal, whatever the way the realm works, because whether it's here in this place on this earth recreated, or if it's we want to get into quantum physics, a parallel universe somehow, we don't know that. We do know that it's a new heaven and a new earth. So we do know that this world, somehow the earth is involved in it. We don't quite understand all of that. Obviously, only God understands. Great part of faith, folks, is understanding that you don't understand, and having the faith to put faith in God and understand, and to believe rather that God is true and God will get us through this. How he does it, we don't know. Again, we don't understand the difference between the resurrected body being resurrected and being more spiritual than the physical body. It's different as the plant to the seed, as the Apostle Paul told us. But again, walk away from this not with confusion, walk away from this with affirmation and reassurance that there is a life to come, that we will be with God. Exactly how that works, not sure, but it's glorious. We've got that. That we have been told. And again, I apologize if this has been going in and out of light and dark. On my camera, it's been doing that. But having issues with my phone. I think tomorrow is Saturday, and I'm going to end up, because I'm recording this on Friday morning. Normally I record this the night before. I had so much trouble with my phone last night that I had to record it this morning after deleting pretty much everything off my phone in order to be able to record it all. And I only have a limit of 16 minutes on my phone, even with nothing on my phone. So my phone's having an issue. So I'm thinking I'm going to be making a trip to the phone store tomorrow and maybe having a new phone. So come next week, come Sunday, I might have a learning curve of trying to figure out a new piece of hardware. So please pray for me in that regard. All right, with that, I'm going to let you go with that disclaimer. Have a blessed day, and please, please, please be a blessing to someone today. We'll see you all Monday. God bless.